there's a line somewhere, someone says, I'm only paraphrasing it, that when an old culture is dying,
Yes.
the new culture will be formed by men and women who are not afraid of insecurity.
Right. I just loved that when I read it, you know. It will be formed by people who are not afraid of insecurity. Is that what it said?
Afraid to be insecure.
Afraid to be
So what do you
insecure.
think that? What do you take that to mean?
Well, just what I've been saying, you know, and this was the article of Trungpa Rinpoche's, why it just sort of was like a light bulb going off. Everything else seemed to be saying, look towards the good, chant until you're in an ecstatic state, you know, like that. The underlying assumption was there was something wrong, and you wanted to avoid this groundless state, or this unformed state, or this state in which you felt uneasy and queasy. And Trungpa Rinpoche was saying, not at all. It's like the matrix of creative potential, the matrix of the spiritual life. Like, if we could rest there, which I suppose would be the description of enlightenment or the mystic, you know, rests in that place and is completely happy. That's why, you know, they always say with someone who's very, very awake, just to use a term for enlightenment, you know, the walls could start crumbling in, and they wouldn't like freak out or something, because it would be the whole, everything in life, anything could happen, and they're kind of ready for anything to happen. Do you see what I'm saying?
Is that what you mean by the term the awakened heart?
Yeah, I suppose. Awakened heart, awakened mind.
Enlightenment, the Buddhists talk of?
Yeah, yeah. That you could, and you see, this is one of the things that drew me to Buddhism, because Buddhism, or the Buddha, taught that everybody had the potential, without exception. Every living being has the potential to awaken, you know, to wake up.
That's intriguing to me, because the knock on Buddhism is that, well, all of this concentration on yourself.
The what of Buddhism?
The knock on it, the criticism, the public rap on it, is that all of this concentration on the self feeds your personal narcissism.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it can. It can. I mean, let's just say, just because you call yourself a Buddhist, you're just as hookable as anybody else, and Buddhists can become as much fundamentalists as anybody else, you know.
As much fundamentalist?
Sure.
Like, you mean that rigid mind,
yes,
that we associate with?
Now, the whole teaching, and usually what attracts people is it teaches otherwise. But let's just say it's so basic in us. Let's just say you're a Buddhist, I'm a Buddhist, and I have, you know, been doing this for over 30 years, for after all, you know. But when someone hurts my feelings and puts the knife in, and I actually think that they're actually purposely slandering me or gossiping about me or saying a mean word, or I just don't come out looking so good, you know, is my first impulse to love them? No. My first thing is I get hooked, and if it wasn't for the way I'm sort of thrilled by the challenge of that, I would just bite the hook like anyone else. And most, you know, Buddhists, it doesn't matter. We still bite the hook, we still get towed under, and we can still, you know, I say, clobber people with our peace signs, you know. So it really doesn't matter what religion we are. We can be a fundamentalist or a nonviolent, non-aggressive propagator of love in the world and fellowship of humanity. And do you see what I'm saying?
I do.